We were working with antiderivatives yesterday, and what an antiderivative was, how to take an antiderivative, looked at it as a indefinite integral. And we didn't get to this type of an example, and I wanted to look at this. And so it says, solve the initial value problem. We're given that the rate of change or the derivative of s of t is equal to cosine of t plus sine t. So that, again, that's ds over dt. ds dt is equal to cosine t plus sine t. We're given that the original function s, and when evaluated at pi, that is equal to 1. So we want to figure out what the initial problem is, or what s of t is, and we're given the derivative. So we know we can take the antiderivative, and one way to write that is the integral of cosine of t plus sine t dt. So when we're taking the antiderivative, we're trying to think of what we could take the derivative of to get this integrand, which is cosine t sine t, back. And so what we could take the derivative of to get positive cosine t is sine t. So the antiderivative of cosine t is sine t plus, and the antiderivative of sine t. So what I could take the derivative of to get positive sine t. Well, the derivative of cosine t is negative sine t. So in order to compensate for that negative, I need a negative in front of cosine. So the derivative or antiderivative of sine t is negative cosine t. We talked about that we have to, or we can add a constant in here, c, when we're doing indefinite integrals. And so this right here is our function s of t. It's equal to the antiderivative of our derivative. But we want the function, and we don't want c in here. So we're going to use this information and the information they gave us about our original function. So when t is pi, that is equal to 1. So all we're going to do is replace s of t with 1. That's our y value when t is pi, is equal to, and we're going to go in there, and wherever we see a t, we're going to plug in pi. So we have sine of pi plus, actually, let's just do minus, positive and a negative. So minus cosine of pi plus c. So now we have an equation with just one variable that we can solve for. So we get 1 is equal to, so if you want to think about it on the unit circle, pi is the negative x-axis, and your point there is negative 1, 0. Remember, your x value is cosine, your y value is sine. And so cosine of pi, your x value is negative 1, and sine of pi, so it is 0. So sine of pi is 0 minus cosine of pi, which is negative 1, plus c. So we have 1 is equal to 1 plus c. If we subtract 1, we get c is equal to 0. So now we can just go in and plug in what c is, and we have our original function, all right, with this initial value given. So s of t is sine t minus cosine t.